Welcome into the Sports Zone. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Jake Durant.
And I'm Tor Thorne.
Now, Tor, we got our week started on a Monday night with a big game in boys high school basketball.
Yeah, that's right. The Menominee Maroons welcomed in the Kingsford Flivvers for a showdown between two top 5 teams in Divisions 1 through 3.
Let's head to Menominee High School for the game between the Flivvers and the Maroons. We'll pick the game up early in the first quarter. We have no score. Darren Butler with a deep pass to Eli Beal. He's down on the other end, wide open for the lay-in, 2-0 Menominee. After Gavin Grondin scored to tie the game up, Beal is able to get all the way to the rim on this drive and finish a much more difficult shot. It's 4-2 Maroons. A bit later, Kingsford on the attack. Jack Kriegel to Grondin. He powers one up and in. Flivvers take the 7-6 lead. We'll stay in the first quarter. Grondin returning the favor gets it over to Kriegel, who buries the 3 from the corner. 24-16 Kingsford. Then with the first quarter clock winding down, Grondin pushing the pace, drops a dime to Cardell Morton, who lays it in just before the buzzer. Flivvers up 9 after 1 with the Flivvers now up 12. Grondin splits 2 defenders, hangs in the air, absorbs the contact, and finishes at the rim. Kingsford up 15. Later in the second, Tanner Tarakoff skying for the two-handed slam. Maroons still trailing by 37-28. Menominee, they have come back in mind in the third quarter as Beal scores another to pull the Maroons within 7, but the Flivvers right back the other way. Kriegel over to Morgan Sliak for a bucket. Then off a Tarakoff miss, the ball going to go to Grondin. He heads the other way. He's dangerous in transition. He's going to finish with a smooth Euro step. Kingsford goes on to win our game of the week, 71-61 over Menominee.
Well, it was a really good win for us. Always coming to Menominee, it's just a different place, a difficult place to play. They got a longer floor. They press us the entire time. They're really athletic. I thought we did a great job in the first half of really recognizing the openings. I think we threw 46 points up by the first half, and that was definitely unexpected at the time. But it's a tale of two halves. Second half was completely opposite with the struggles. But they're a physical team. They're a good team. I'm really happy with the way our team responded, especially when we got cut to like 7 points. And proud of them. It was a good win for us, especially in the conference.
We're just getting warmed up here in the Sports Zone. When we return, we're going to head to Norway for this week's Player Spotlight. Senior Alex Ortman has helped lead the Knights to a top 5 ranking while also knocking on the door of the 1,000-point club. That's coming up after the break. But first, a look at the latest UPSSA basketball polls.
Welcome back into the Sports Zone. We continue to take a look back at last week's action with our top 3-on-3 plays of the week.
Now, Tor, these plays were so good, we just might have to trademark them before their schools do. Our number 3 play of the week takes us to Negaunee. The Iron Mountain Mountaineers were in town on Tuesday night. Oscar Kangas put on a show. He seems to get one dunk a game where he is climbing the ladder for the throwdown, and there he goes right there. Not too much celebrating for Kangas, who was locked into this one. He helped lead the Mountaineers over the Miners. Congrats, Oscar. You get our number 3 play of the week.
Number 2 play of the week takes us to Menominee. Tanner Terekhov on the break. He knows how to finish in style. He throws this one down with authority. There's not many players that can play above the rim like that in the UP, but Tanner is one of the select few. Congrats, Tanner. You get our number 2 play of the week.
Our number 1 play of the week takes us to Gwyn. The Ishpeming Hematites in town taking on the Model Towners this past Saturday. Senior Jenna Mackey goes in for the easy lay-in. Now, you're probably wondering why this is our top play of the week. Well, with this score, Mackey eclipsed the 1,000-point mark in her career while helping lead the Hematites to a big win over the Model Towners. Congratulations to Jenna on hitting 1K and also for getting our number 1 play of the week.
Tonight, the Norway boys basketball team is playing host to West Iron County. That one is underway right now, and senior Alex Ortman entered tonight's game just 11 points shy of 1,000 for his career.
That's right, and there's a good chance that Ortman reaches that milestone this evening. No team has been able to slow him down yet this season. I caught up with the senior yesterday for this week's Player Spotlight.
Alex Ortman is one of 2 seniors taking the court this season for the Norway Knights. Ortman has helped lead the Knights to a 10-3 record and a top 5 ranking in the latest UPSSA high school basketball poll.
He plays with a lot of energy. You know, he gets up and down the court. He's very good at attacking the basket. You know, he's shooting at about 60% this year, which is phenomenal. He's a gym rat. He spends a lot of time in the gym. He trains a lot in the summer, and he's been a pleasure to coach for the last 4 years.
He's an elite scorer. I mean, he can get to the rack whenever he wants. I mean, there's not a lot of people that are sticking with him throughout the whole game. Really shifts. He can get by anybody, and you know, if they're playing off to prevent it, he can shoot the ball if he needs to. You know, he's just an all-around good player.
Ortman's natural ability to score the basketball is apparent every time he's on the court. The senior is now just 11 points shy of entering the school's exclusive 1,000-point club.
He's been in the gym since he's been a little kid. Puts a ton of time in the summer training with Jake Bolfus and other people playing AAU basketball. So it's incredible watching him grow over the last 4 years.
Ortman will become the 8th player to join the school's 1K club and the 5th boys player to reach the milestone. The last player to accomplish the feat was Alex's older brother Connor Ortman back in 2018.
I had the pleasure of coaching Connor as well. Obviously, incredible player too. Brothers are tight. Connor comes in and helps us now with our team, so it's really been beneficial.
He gives me advice. You know, him and my dad both help me a lot. They're in the gym with me, so it's really nice to have somebody who's accomplished such a great feat and be able to play college and all that stuff. So it's really nice to have a mentor that's already been through all that, teach me what to do and what to focus on. So.
These brothers share a bond beyond their ability to find success on the court.
You know, I'm 100% deaf. I got a cochlear implant that helps me hear, so it is a challenge to play on the court with all this noise, but me and my teammates and my coach have a special connection where we just like sign and stuff, and I'll be able to read his lips, so I like it. I mean, it defines who I am, so I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
It's been truly amazing with Alex's hearing disability. You know, we do a lot of signing. He can read lips, so we rely on you know, hand signals when we're running set plays, or his teammates communicating with him to get through that. But it's truly amazing what he can do without being able to hear most of the game.
While the Knights still have some unfinished business this season, Ortman's presence and leadership will be missed when all is said and done.
Well, just his high energy and his impact over the last 4 years. He's really come to work here in the last 4 years where practice, he brings it all the time. He's been a great leader for us, and we're surely going to miss him when he's gone.
And don't go away. When we return from break, we're going to talk with the Gladstone girls basketball team, see what's helped them get off to a hot start this season. That's coming up next.
After some struggles last season, the Gladstone varsity girls team has rebounded and found themselves in a 4-game winning streak.
And with the great defense they've been playing, they're eyeing a deep run later this season. I caught up with the team this week and learned about their season so far. After a last-place conference finish a year ago, the Gladstone varsity girls basketball team have set their sights high in the 2023-24 season.
Our goal is to win the conference and to make it really far, possibly even go to states this year. So I think that helps drive us. We have great leadership. We got great teamwork. We really like each other. We got great chemistry this year. So I think that helps to allow us to do great things and to work really hard in practice.
So I think the experience has been a big thing. And I think the relationships on the team is good. It was, coach to player and player to player relationships allows us to get a lot better. The girls trust our coaching staff. They're willing to be coached, and that's helped a lot. And I think we're a little bit tougher than we were last year as well.
With a 10-player roster that's been impacted by injury, the tight-knit bond of the team has helped them in the face of adversity.
I think our team is a lot closer. Like, the freshmen are, the sophomores were friends with the freshmen before they got up here, and we were prepared for them to get moved up. So I think it just kind of worked all good together.
I think we get along more as a team. I think last year we just didn't figure each other out as well. Obviously with the other 2 freshmen from last year that are now sophomores, I think it just helps a lot now. A lot easier as a team.
Amid a current 4-game win streak, one major factor in the team's wins has been their focus on playing tight defense.
Our goal is to hold every team to less than 10 per quarter.
We just got to take pride in being able to hold a team to, under 10 points a quarter is our goal.
Our main goal is try to get them under 10 per quarter if that's possible, and I think right now we're at 9.7, I think you told us last night, which is helping us a lot.
With plenty of challenges remaining on their schedule, the team will be tested on everything they've worked towards to reach their ultimate goals.
Definitely starting off our games better. We need to come prepared for the games. The first quarter has kind of been our rough spot, but after our second quarter, our coach kind of gets on us a little bit, but we definitely step up after our first quarter.
We've been getting a lot smarter. Our team is just really bonded together, so we're really great at making that next pass. And against Marquette, we hit a lot of shots, and yesterday we played some really tough defense. So all those things going right really helps.
I think in girls basketball, you can set yourself apart if you're mentally tough. When things aren't going well, I think our girls stick to what we're supposed to be doing. They can fight through those runs for other teams. And when things get tough, I think our girls, enjoy those moments and look forward to those moments because they're ready for it. So I think mental toughness is one of our biggest strengths.
Don't go away. After the break, we're going to take a look back at a surprise court dedication held to honor a Gwynd Model Towner coaching legend. That's coming up next.
Last month, the Gwin community came together to honor one of their own.
That's right. For over 4 decades, Mike Frechette spent time and energy teaching the game of basketball. And earlier this season, a special court dedication was held to honor Coach Frechette and his impact throughout the years.
For the better part of 4 decades, chances are you could find Mike Frechette in the gymnasium at Gwin High School teaching the game of basketball.
He was always a gym rat, you know. They called him, one of the things was they called themselves Bears Gym Rats, right? Because his nickname was sometimes Bear, and so they called themselves the Gym Rats. So, and that's basically what it was, because we lived here in this gym, and as a youngster growing up, him being a coach, I was in this particular gym so many evenings, so many afternoons with boys and girls, and so we spent just a lot of time here throughout the years.
Frechette's coaching career at Gwin High School began in 1966 and spanned into the early 2000s. Along with his signature cowboy boots he used to sport during games, Frechette became known for his intense coaching style, which often brought the best out of his players.
His biggest message is give 110%, give it all, lay it out on the floor, just lay it all out there at all times, and do the very best that you can, and never give up. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
We knew what we needed to get done. We knew we had to play aggressive basketball, and that was, we loved it. I mean, he got the most out of you, the most he could get out of you, but the biggest thing I remember about him and his girls team is how physical they played. They were intense, they get after you, they're big and strong, and you knew you were going to be in a battle every night when you played one of his teams.
For 25 seasons, Frechette led the girls' varsity program, compiling an overall record of 311 and 215. In 1996, Frechette and the Model Towners put it all together and made a memorable run to the state championship game. While the Model Towners fell short of their ultimate goal, it's a team and season that the school remains proud of to this day. Their runner-up banner hangs proudly in the rafters at Gwin High School as a shield of inspiration for today's Model Towners.
Yeah, coming into the gym every day for practice or even games is one of the first things I look at. It shows that a small town like Gwin can get there. It's possible with hard work and dedication. So looking at that banner is always a constant reminder of what we can achieve. And it's been pretty inspirational to me as a young coach, coming in and working every day.
For Coach Frechette, coaching was a year-round job. His work didn't stop after the completion of the girls' season. He spent 11 seasons as the head coach for the Gwin boys varsity program, and he worked with the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade boys junior varsity teams for 14 years.
The fact that he coached both boys and girls varsity at the same time, nowadays you can't do that because we play the same seasons, but I coached football for many years and did the basketball after that, but I always thought he was crazy for doing the same sport back to back, because it's a long haul when you do the same sport, and he did it, he did it better than anybody actually could ever imagined, having even at the boys level won a couple districts and a couple regionals. So.
After retiring from coaching in 2002, Coach Frechette continued supporting Gwin athletics. You can often find him in the stands at games supporting this generation of Model Towners.
He's always makes himself available as a young coach in Gwin. Very fortunate to have past coaches like Mike be available, and when you can ask questions and you can talk basketball. He loves talking basketball, so he's always down every time I contact him. So I'm proud to be ex-player of his, and and continue the tradition at Gwin.
In a surprise ceremony, the court where he dedicated so much time and energy is now dedicated to him and will forever bear his name.
As we stand on this hallowed ground, it is impossible not to reflect on the countless hours, the sweat, the tears, and then the unwavering dedication that Coach Frechette has poured into shaping not just athletes, but individuals of characters and resilience. Coach Frechette is not merely a coach, he is a mentor, a leader, and a source of inspiration. Through wins and losses, triumphs and challenges, Coach Frechette has stood by us, teaching us not only the intricacies of the game, but the invaluable lessons of teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. This dedication is just not a symbolic gesture. It's a tangible representation of the lasting impact Coach Frechette has had on each and every one of us. The echoes of his motivational speeches, the strategic brilliance on the court, and the unwavering belief in our potential that has shaped us into the people that we are today. Coach Frechette has not only taught us how to play basketball, but he has instilled in us life skills that extended far beyond the confines of this court. The qualities, the leadership, sportsmanship, and determination that Coach Frechette has instilled in us will forever be etched in our hearts and our minds. As we look at this newly dedicated court, let it serve as a reminder of the commitment, sacrifice, and passion that Coach has brought to our lives. May this court be a testament to the mark he has left on the players he coached and the countless lives he has touched throughout his coaching career. So here's to you, Coach Frechette, a mentor, a guide, and a true champion. Thank you for being the driving force behind our success, and may this court stand as a lasting tribute to your enduring legacy.
The sign that will be displayed for everyone who enters the gym to see has special meaning to Coach Frechette's tenure with the Model Towners.
So the meaning of the sign is this is the wood that graced the bleachers here at Gwinn High School for his entire tenure. So my father, Coach Frechette, was always infamous, I will say the word infamous, for standing up very quickly and kicking this bench. We always laugh that he probably had some of the marks on this particular piece of wood may have been actually from his cowboy boots, but it didn't matter if it was him coaching at the 4th grade level with his son or coaching at the senior high level with the boys and girls. He was always famous for kicking this bleacher. So this is a great sign, and you know, just has great significance for this dedication. So very happy.
Coach, just want to say congratulations. Thank you for the constant inspiration, hanging that banner. Something that I look at every day when I walk in, and like they say, banners hang forever. So congratulations, Coach, on the court in Vail.
Congratulations, well deserved. Every time you walk in this gym, you'll be a part of it like you should be, and we wish him the best for the rest of his life, and continue on planning on hanging out with him, even though he's going to be so famous.
Dad, this has been a great, this will be a great honor for you. You deserve it. You spent your entire life looking forward to, you know, just being a part of this legacy that we call it. You know, Dad, we always jokingly call you the legend. And I did read recently a newspaper article that your predecessor actually called you the legend. So I think that was kudos to your dedication to the sport, to the community, and all the families and students that are here in Gwinn.
And when we come back after the break, we'll reveal our next location for our upcoming game of the week. That's coming up next on the Sports Zone.
We're heading to Baraga this upcoming Monday for our next game of the week. The number 4 Vikings will welcome in the number 2 ranked Lake Linden-Hubbell Lakes of Town for a rematch from earlier this season.
And the Vikings gave the undefeated Lakes arguably their toughest game of the season so far back in early December, with Lake Linden-Hubbell escaping with a 48-45 win.
Tune into Local 3 Sports next Monday night for full highlights and post-game reaction. That's all the time we have for you tonight. We'll see you back here next week.